Hello my lovelies, and welcome to Thursday Journal Thursday. And it's exciting. I'm excited. We're starting the new series, my new series, and we're looking at all sorts of edgings. So looking at unusual ways, different ways, along with some of the, the best well-known edgings that are in general use really in journaling. For example, sewing the edges and putting some snippet roll down there, putting a collage tabs and that sort of thing. So we're going to look at the whole gambit really, and let's see if we can come up with some really interesting ways that we can put some interest on our page edges, or even if it's hanging over, so that when we look at the edge of the journal, we've got something to look at there as well. I've been looking sort of for inspiration and looking back through some of the things I've done myself, and I've got loads of books that I sort of keep having a little look at, and I came across a textile and mixed media artist called Jill Flower. So this is her, Jill Flower, and it is jillflower.com. So www, of course, jillflower.com. I'll put that down in the description below. And she does some really interesting work. And what I thought we'd do for today is, she's not used this for edging. She doesn't necessarily make journals. She's more of an artist. In as much 2D artist with experimental textiles on it, so making it 3D but on things that you can hang on your wall. And I thought we could take it a little step further and make some edgings with it, with her idea. So what you need is any sort of base. It doesn't have to be too thick. This is craft card. I mean, to me it's about, I don't know, about 250, 300 GSM. It's not that substantial, but we want it to be quite flexible. And I need a gluing, excuse me, helping hand. It's done the ruler. Have you noticed this? Since we've started back, you just can't get the staff. It's just I've had to get off my chair now, and I might not be able to get back on. I only want to glue things so I don't spoil my mat. There we go, that will do us. Sorry about that. Oh, I don't want to spoil my best mat with glue, do we? That'll do us. Okay. So the idea is that, and I've already made some strips, the best paper I've found to do this, I mean, you can use any scraps, you can do it any way that you like, but I like to keep articles from National Geographic, and I've got loads of stuff that I keep on trees. I just love trees. I think they're a constant source of inspiration. And also, for those of you that already know, I am a Reiki healer, and various other, I do cartouche Egyptian healing as well, and in with my, complementary therapies that I do. And trees are very special to me. They are living beings, and so I'm very fascinated by them. I collect all sorts of images of trees, and I have found that for what we're doing here today, National Geographic or they're not paying me. They're not paying me to sponsor National. I'm not sponsored by National Geographic. My son's got loads and loads in a box in the loft, and I'm sure he doesn't miss a few trees. And I find that any sort of shiny glossy paper gives this effect that I'm wanting here, and the effect is to get the white showing, because we're going to be playing around with this to get a sort of collage using strips that has got the white edge showing. So I just personally like to use these because I think you get a good effect. So really all you need to do is roughly you tear it towards you so that you have got, don't want that bit, you have got this white. Keep your thumbs fairly close. Sorry, I'm a bit cack-handed. I've just got I'm having a lot of pain in this wrist and thumb, so sorry. We've gone to the great guns now and not just got my my little gloves with the magnets in. I've really got this strong support, which does help a lot. Doesn't matter how thick, how thin, you want some sort of variation, so we can keep going like this. Now what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut this card in half for the sake of quickness for the video, because I want to do this on the front and on the back as well, so that when we have got it hanging over the edge, we have got some interest on the other side. So I'm not going to start measuring and doing. This will be let's try that. This will give us what we need. Okay. In fact, I think we'll do it that way. So I've got some bits and bobs, as I said, we're collecting all sorts of rubbish, trash, and I've also done this as one of the signatures, which I didn't show you, and this is actually putting together all sorts of scraps and sewing them on the machine to make my pages. So that's this one. Okay, so we'll look at that shortly as to how we decide where we're going to put it in our journal, depending on what the edging is, as to whether we have got a thicker card-like paper we put it on, or we can put it on the normal copy paper. Okay, so I'm going to get my glue book out. I'm going to start gluing this, and I'm really happy with well, my Scotch glue's done a runner now. Oh, talk amongst yourself. I could have brought you some plum crumble, but David's eaten it all. Otherwise you could have been munching on that, couldn't you? Right, okay. I love this glue stick, Scotch. I've tried all sorts and everybody has their own favourites, I think. This I find doesn't go moshy and it's really effective, so I do like it. So we're just going to start putting this on, not forgetting that we want start there. We want the white edge to be a focal point going down, and you can mix the colorations. I mean, you can use whatever you want, whatever length you want, so it's just a matter of gluing up really. Okay, we'll just overlap that a bit there. And what Jill Flower does, the work that I've seen with her, is that she uses this on as page interest, and we can use that also as a collage effect, can't we, with the stuff that we do. Let's have a look, take a bit of that off. It's a lovely day today. It was really miserable yesterday, but then it picked up around 4 o'clock and it was lovely. So ended up being down to the beach for ages because obviously it's been too crowded. I went at 5 o'clock. It was great. It was great. We had a little walk with David, you know, on the flat. He struggles to walk on the beach, so we went down by the spa and he could look over the wall at us. I let Nelson off his lead and he found 2 other dogs to run round with. He had such fun. I said to him, do not go and run in the sea. He promised me he wouldn't run in that sea, and he didn't, but he just jumped in a load of rock pools instead and got soaked. Hence he needed a good rub down before he got in the new car. I don't want him, don't want wet doggy smells in the new car, do we? Anyway, I'm chatting as if it's Tuesday chat. I'm supposed to be getting on with the job in hand here, but there's nothing much to say at the minute, is there? Let's have a look at that. That's fine. So it's a matter of building this up, and I think it looks really effective. Not going to do it that side. We'll do it. No, that's not got enough of a. Didn't tear that very well, did I? Okay. Just a matter of roughly measuring it. It's just so I don't glue on top of the stuff that's not going on. So can you see it's really starting to give a good effect. Now I'm sorry if you're getting a bit of a glare. We've been turning lights on and off for ages trying to work out, and we've got the filming lights on, not the big overhead light though, because that was making it worse. And so that's nice. We don't mind a little bit of script on there. A bit short, isn't it, that? Now I was watching Denise from Junk Journal Junkie UK, so one of our lovely subscribers, and she's got her own channel, and she does some lovely lovely stuff, some lovely journaling. Some journals, and go and check Denise out. Go and give her a bit of support, and subscribe if you like what she does. So I've been enjoying watching, because you know you don't always get the time when you actually are doing videos yourself to watch your favourites. It's difficult. There's not enough hours in a day really, and oh, I like that. And also I watched Carol, it was Carol Tinson's Motivate video yesterday, and she was showing Japanese binding. Now I've never seen it done before. I've seen it, the finished product as it were, but I've never seen how they do it. And oh, I thoroughly enjoyed that. That's going to be something I'm going to be having a go at. So that was Carol last night. She's doing Sundays, Wednesdays. I think I mentioned this last week. Sundays, Wednesdays and Fridays. And the idea yesterday was she wanted to use up a lot of cardstock. So you know, if you have a lot of, if you used to be card makers and you do have a lot of scrapbooking papers, cards, that was the idea. And she was particularly mentioning Graphic 45 because a lot of their stuff is double-backed, double-sided. And the problem is then nobody knows what to do with them because they don't want to cover up one of the sides. So, yeah, that was a bit of what she wanted to achieve yesterday. But this Japanese binding, it's just so lovely. Oops, I think I'm ready for a new glue page. Now then, I want to make sure that we've got a really nice edge both sides, because obviously that's going to be the start of our edging. And let's get rid of this glue page. I've not quite got my seat in the right way to get this be in the centre for you. Let's put this on. Thing with this glue stick is I don't worry then. There might be an odd little corner that you have to put a little bit extra on when it's all dried, but I don't worry that it's not going to be secure, which is what you want really with a bit of patchwork here needed. Bit of patch. There we go. Don't forget, you've got a little while. You've got until 12 midday Saturday if you're wanting to get something from the shop. We put some new stuff in yesterday. Those of you that are waiting for the slow stitch packs, the fabric packs, they went in. Right, I'm just going to snip that bit off and that bit off. Put that in there. Okay, let's see where we're missing. Just a little bit at that top corner there. And then we're going to turn it over and do the same on the other side so that we've got full coverage. There we go, that's better. Okay. I'm really liking that, it's effective, and you're using your scraps up as well. Right, it's a matter of doing some more on this side. Let's see what we've got here. I don't think that's going to work, it's too thin. Right, I'm going to use that because it doesn't matter what shapes, it's entirely up to you. Gives it more of an organic feel, doesn't it, I think, when you're not making it exact. So I'm going to stick that there, and then we can put some edging on it. So I hope you sat there merrily ripping strips of your scraps up. I mean, you can do this with any paper. You could do it with book paper if you wanted. Different book papers, because you can get some gorgeous different colorations, as we know, with vintage book papers, and all those different colorations would look fabulous, wouldn't they, done like this? Zebra book page. Yes, definitely. Look lovely. Okay. Right. We've got that one. Just trying to see how many we need now. That one you might think it says Into the Woods. Now, some people won't want the writing on it, but I quite like that because that's what, we are in the woods with this. So that can go there. That's a nice one, look at that. There we go. So we don't need too many now. I'll just rip a couple more. Trying to find a bit that I don't mind losing. Okay, that's about good. Okay, let's start sticking now and see how that does. So we're going to put this one at this end. Oh, we've stuck it already. Silly girl, Catherine. So I'm very excited for doing this. It's making me get my thinking cap on, and yeah, I'm going to have to cover that over there and think of some new things. And some of them aren't totally new to me, but I'm trying to put a bit of a twist on them for you, to see how it translates into journals. And I think you can see from this that the more higgledy-piggledy. Now, is it higgledy-piggledy? Is probably one of my Yorkshire. I don't know if it's Yorkshire or UK. I'm sure it is a UK thing. Higgledy-piggledy. It means it's like all wonky and a hot mess. Now, it's uneven, shall we say. And I'm going to put that there. I think it's that gives it its charm, actually, for this particular work. Now, I want you to sort of spend time when you're out and about, just, you know, even if you're at the doctor's surgery and you suddenly see a magazine that they don't want or whatever, and you know, the dentist or anywhere like that where you sat in a waiting room, although I mean they're being really cautious now that they're not leaving things out, are they? But anywhere you go, if you see something, take a photo of it on your phone or something for inspiration, and look and think, how can I transfer that in? I'm going to put that in the middle. How can I transfer that into something in a journal? Or how can I sew that? It's surprising what you see. I mean, we're fortunate being by the coast that you know, we've got all that inspiration from the cliffs and the, you know, all the barnacles and things that grow on the rocks and such like. But you know, when you live somewhere, you don't necessarily take note of it, do you? You don't necessarily think, wow, look at that, you know, look inside that rock pool, look what that is, look at the shape of that. Oh, I could do that on an edging. You know, it's the same old story that no matter where you live, I think sometimes because we see it every day, we don't always take note of the beauty and the inspiration it can give us for journaling. And I think it's a good source, so have a look about. What I tend to do is things that I like, I take a photo on my phone. And I mean, I haven't got any fancy phone, I'm a bit of a technophobe like that, but for my 60th birthday last year, David bought me a pink, look, it's gorgeous, gorgeous pink faux memo. Now, I actually saw this Andrea's channel, Artie Mays, and she'd been doing some publicity you know, she was working with Faux Memo to see how she could use it in her junk journaling work, and I'd never heard of it before, and I just took a fancy to it, and David got it me for my birthday, pink. So I can print little images. The only thing is the black and white, so that's the only problem with it. Yeah, so I printed the ideas of this. You can see that. It was on my phone. I took a photograph of this inspiration from Jill Flower, and then I took a photo of it in my Faux Memo. So I've got it there as like an aid memoir, you know, so I remember what I wanted to do. And I'm sticking that in an inspiration book I've made. And I think I don't use it as much as I should use it, to be fair. I should use it more than I do. But I'm going to be doing, now we're doing this edging, because now I don't want to lose much of that white, so I will. Now this is a great, I think this would make a great cover as well. This technique, you know, if you can imagine that's on a cover. I mean, I don't want to bend it because I want strips, but you bend it, you could put some collage matte medium on there, or Mod Podge, whichever you like. I like both. I mean, Mod Podge, if I'm doing a lot of collage work, incy little bits, I like using it, Mod Podge. If for a final finish on a journal, then I like to put matte medium on, and that's just like a personal preference. I've got a man stood here. Look at this great big tree, and there's a little man in the middle of it. Shows how vast these trees are. Goodness. Oh, excuse me. Frog in the throat. Now then, I want to try, that's it, and get, that's it. Now then, I've just, don't know why that's stuck on there, I don't like it. What we got here? Yeah, I like that actually. Let's just take a bit off there. And it's very relaxing, I find, this sort of thing. It's like collaging, just so relaxing. And I'm trying to think where I want that. Oh, now I'm sticking to the glue book. Right, okay. I just want a little bit of something there. Yeah, just a little bit. Okay. Now, right way up, Catherine. Like that. Okay, so just let me clear up a little bit so we can get on to the next bit. So obviously you'd leave this to dry a bit more, wouldn't you? You wouldn't, you know, you wouldn't go straight in and cut it and what have you, like I'm going to do. But for the sake of the video, okay, right. Now then, we've got our piece there. I'm going to trim it. Don't want to get rid of that lovely top edging. Just trim the obvious bits off, and now then, I want to put, I'm not happy with that and that, so let's have a look. We're a bit missing. put my glue book away now. So note to self, check that you don't want to put any itty bits on before you put all your gluing equipment away. That's that. And I want that piece there the other way around. Just patch up your bits that you think can, that's it, that's better. Don't want any card showing, do we? Okay, that's all that bit covered up. Anything on this side? Yes. We've got a little bit there that we need. And then we'll be ready to cut. Okay, and just a bit down that side, and then I think that will do us. Right, so I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that edge in there. Any more bits? Can you see any more bits? Not happy with that bit there. And that bit there. Okay. Oh no, there's a great big chunk there. How have I missed that great big piece? Yeah. And a strip down there. You've got to be prepared to get loads of stuff stuck to you. These incy wincy bits. Yeah, we'll match that in a bit. Okay, okay, that will do, I think, because I want to chop down there. Okay, right, now I want to look at this signature. So for this, we want it to be hanging over a little bit on the page, and it's a matter of picking where you think it would go as a nice, it would look nice there, but I think that's a bit too flimsy. That's quite a nice thickness and it goes with the colours. Yeah, okay, we're going to go with that, and I think then that side would go. Okay, we're going to go with that. Let's put some glue there. That's where we're going to put it. Right, let me just get my trimmer then now. Hopefully it'll work because it's not quite dry. See if we can straighten this bit up. Ouch! That's because it's wet and a bit thick. So you can see we've made quite a few. So if you were, say, like I've got 3 signatures in this journal. Doing the cutter any good, am I? You know, it's made... See, I'm not liking that. There we go. It's made just this small piece that we've made now. We'll make quite a few edgings, and how we're going to do it on here. Well, I think that this will look, you know, we could either have it a little bit sticking out, and the other thing is we don't want it to stick out too far from. So what I'm going to do here is, I know we're going to lose that sewn edge, but I'm just going to cut this down so that we're not having this edging, and that can be used for something else anyway. There we go. All right then. Sorry, excuse my head in the way. So that's where I'm going to cut it. Can I see it on that green grass? Yeah. Green grass. Put it on the level, girl. Silly Billy. It's on the level. It's because I've got loss of peripheral vision, so what seems straight to everybody else, or what seems wonky to everybody else, is straight to me. Oh, right, okay. Now then, yes, I'm excited with that. Now, do we want that side there? And that's, oh, now then, this is where it's, look how lovely that effect that gives you, eh? Do I want it like that, so that, yes, I think I do. What's happening here? Oh, that's not very glued in, is it? I think it's not supposed to be, is it? What have I done here? Let me glue this down first. I think it's because I sewn it. I have sewn it. That I haven't glued the edges down very well. That's it, that'll do. Now I think we can use art glitter glue for this particular edging because it's not overly thick. There we go. Right. Let's have a look where we want the glue. Let's put that there. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get another sheet of paper and I'm going to put that down there where we want no glue, where we don't want glue. Okay, that's better. Put plenty on of that. Then I'm just going to just the bit of art glitter glue on the edges, although the Scots glue would do it. Okay, let's get my bit more here. I love it. It's just a good old press down. And you can see, because we cut that bit off. Now, I could have had it sticking out a little bit more. If I'd have wanted, we could have had it coming out a bit more here. But I'm happy with that. In fact, now then, I am going to, we want to see the benefit of that, don't we? So let's take a bit of that off. That's it. Rip all my stitching in a line. That'll do us. Okay. That doesn't matter, it gives it some. I like that now, look. So as we turn the page, we can see that there. And I did fancy putting it on that page, but it was too thin. So just by cutting that down a bit, it's given us the benefit of seeing a bit of edging there. And then turn the page, we've got that edging. And then we've got it down that side. And of course, if you do the same, you can put another piece in another part, which I'll probably carry on doing, or I might put it in one of the other signatures. So there we go. That is episode 1 of our Having Fun with Journal Edges. Please join me again for next week. And yeah, let everybody know that we're doing a new series looking at edgings. The more the merrier, really. So thank you all for joining me as always. Much love, and I'll see you next video. Bye for now.